What's up everybody, it's Andy Edwards here from CryptoCompare.com bringing you a new video. So today I'm just going to touch on one of the other Tron dApps that we're involved in, which is Tron Vegas. So Tron Vegas launched probably just after Christmas, I think just before Christmas. It didn't expect the volume that it had. I think it was on some crap servers, to be honest, and it got some like 600 million Tron volume in 24 hours, shot to the top of that review and such, and loads of people mining it straight out the bat, and it couldn't handle it. So I had about 4 or 5 days of on and off with the servers, messing around with site speed because of Tron energy and the such. But they seem to have got the shit together now, and obviously it's doing okay. I mean, the dividends are around currently about 1.1 million. If we just have a quick look, there's 16 hours left on the dividend pool, so that should get to around about what it did yesterday, which is about 2 or 3 million. I haven't been as actively involved in this over the last few days because we've been fishing like mad on Fishing Master. We'll look at that in a moment. But yeah, so they're currently on stage 1 of 6 of the mining stages. It's costing roughly 671 Tron for 1 Vcoin. Obviously that's why I think Fishing Master is really good. But yeah, you can still trust this. What I'm doing is I'm literally going onto the dice game and not playing with any of the others. I'm either rolling over 4 or rolling under 95. It's the exact same win chance, to be fair. It's just personal preference. I'm then splitting the value into 4, so it'd be roughly 1.67, say 1.68, and then I'm basically just rolling under with auto cast on. Obviously then just collecting the dividends as in mining as well. This obviously does cost a lot more to mine than some of the other platforms, but there you go. So we're getting 6 Tron every time we win. Obviously, but it's costing us 168 Tron to win. 170. Let's have a look. 174. Yeah, 174. So yeah, what I do like about Tron Vegas is they're quite transparent. They show you the hash. So they show you how they've pulled the number. They show you the payout. They show the results. You can see the spin rate they've updated now. So you can see everybody else is spinning. A lot of people over 4, under 95. Seems to be the same thing. So it's a lot of people mining. There is still a few of the whales here. A lot of them have gone back over to TronBet. I'll tell you why in a moment. But yeah, this is a really good game. Still very early days for mining and for the dividends. If you've not played Tron Vegas, there is a link in the description below. There is talks in the Telegram group of bringing out a new game. They have kind of said for the last few days now that they're bringing out a new game, but we're not seeing anything. There's talks of it being a roulette based game like TronBet's Ring, but they're going to call it circular, so they're probably just going to rip off what TronBet are doing. There's nothing yet. Hopefully we'll find out in the next day or two, and we'll do another video on it then. If we go over to dApp review, like I said in previous videos, we are going to add a dApp section to CryptoCompare.com. The problem we're having at the moment is with the API feeds, which we are looking into and getting another developer involved, but this could be a couple of weeks. And as a CEO and founder, I don't want to rush this dApp section. I want to make sure that we can bring something good to market and we can compete with the likes of dApp review and dApp radar as well. So out of nowhere, Tron win was probably about 10th or 11th, I think, yesterday. The volume, they've got decent volume. It's just going on the players. If we go over to Tron win a second. So Tron win basically done kind of like an ICO where you could pre-buy the coins. To be fair, I think it kind of wrecked the dividends, to be honest, because there's too many coins locked up for dividends, and there's no real incentive to play the games other than to try and win Tron. Obviously, they are casino-based dice games. They have various games. So they have a 1-minute lottery. And basically, you bet on the chances of the numbers coming out. Again, it shows you on the hash. If we go back to the games, they have Lottery Light, which is basically the same as the 1-minute lottery bit, but more where it's basically easier to understand. And then obviously what seems to be popular is dice, but it's not live yet. So yeah, if you want to play Tron, there is a link in the description. If I just show you let's see if we can get the dividends up. Claim, let's have a look. No, so we've not got any dividends payout. There we go. So if we have a look at the dividends here, I think we've got like 500 win, which is nothing. You can see just how much is locked, which is 844 million win tokens are locked. So you can see if we had 10,000 win, we get roughly less than half a Tron token. Doesn't really float my boat, to be honest, but if it is something that you do, the link is in the description. The number one, obviously been knocked off the spot due to the players in the 24 hours, is TronBet. So TronBet was the very first one, really. It was the one that everybody's kind of looking up to and everyone's replicating. The dividend pool is this 1.4 million, so obviously it's not as much as Tron Vegas, which is a good thing, and they tend to go toe to toe for each other. And you can see here that they're actually now on stage 4.8 of the mining, so you actually need to play 1,740 Tron to mine just one ante, which is a lot compared to Tron Vegas, where it is 671. So yeah, I'm going to be mining, going to go back to mining some on Tron Vegas, still mining my fish tokens as well. But one game that seems to have brought a lot of the whales from Tron Vegas back to TronBet is the Ring. So it's basically roulette. If I just show you briefly, it spins. You got 20 seconds to pick, so we'll pick 100 Tron. Let's go big. Let's put it on 50x. Hopefully it'll come in while we're on the video. So then you can see everybody's betting. You can see the number of players, the volume in each side, and then you either get. So if the 100 comes in, I'll put it on 100 as well. If the 100 comes in, we'd get times 2, so we'd get 200 back, 300 back, 500 back, right up to 5,000 back for 100. But there's some crazy numbers on this. Oh, we're gonna get it. Are we gonna get it on the video? Oh no, just shy. So obviously we've lost 200 Tron there, as you see. But the dividends though, and we'll get some ante for that as well. It's quite an addictive game. Obviously this isn't financial advice, and obviously don't put more than what you can afford to lose, because you can lose a lot of money. People were playing the martingale system on this, basically old school roulette, where if you didn't win on 100, you then put 200 down. If you didn't win on 200, you put 400 down. If you didn't win on 400, you put 600 down. But the max bet is 30,000, so you can only really go 9 or 10, probably about 10 bets in before you can actually win your money back. And whilst this looks like you can win it, you can see rows and rows of red and blues before an actual grey comes out. So yeah, obviously play with this, check it. If you see a big run like this, it's worth putting 50 to 60 Tron and having a little go. Obviously they've got the moon game as well. This has been known to pay out up to 99 times. You basically just put some bet on. We've missed this round, but I'll just show you quickly. So it moons, and if it goes over where you wanted to do, you get times 2 and switch off your money. So there you go. So it's still doing a Christmas theme. Obviously I do think they need to update the website, get rid of the gift box. Hopefully see how high it goes. So we could have got 20 Tron back if we put 10 on. You can see some of the bets here, some people putting 1,500 Tron on. There you go. So we would have got 10, like if we would have put 2, we would have got like times 2x back. If we would have put 5, we would have lost. And then obviously the popular dice game as well, where you can get a lot of people, you can see here a lot of people again, over 4, under 92, over 50. People play different patterns, but it's luck at the end of the day. It's profitable, fair dice game, so it will balance out over time. And we'll just go back there. I've not really bothered with Tron dice. We'll touch on Fishing Master last, because we'd already done a couple of videos on that. So we'll have a quick look at Allbet. So Allbet is still on its pre-sale. You can buy the coins here. To be fair, not many people are buying the tokens. They're actually mining instead. So what you can do, for every 1 Tron, you're getting 20 Allbet tokens. So it's actually cheaper. But your minimum order is 1,000. So obviously you get your 20,000 Allbet tokens. You can see that they're actually limiting this to 10 million Tron. That was down to the Telegram feed he used, but they was going to make it 50 million initially, which is just too much, to be honest. So the difference in the all bet tokens, they are now actually going to add to the stages of the mining, and they're going to let everybody know what to do. So one Tron is getting you 20 all bet if you buy from the pre-sale. If you actually mine it, you, for every 100 you're getting around 45. You can actually, was mining it for Tron for a while, and you can see we've got 151,000 there, but I have actually switched to Ethereum on MetaMask. So what the good thing about this is, once they start paying out the dividends, you're actually going to get the dividends from each Polars poll, or from each Ollie claim. You're going to get the dividends from each currency as well. So even if you're mining in Tron, they claim that you can get ETH dividends and such. I don't know how they're going to work out with the conversion rate, if I'm honest. You may just decide that you want to get it all every day in ETH or all every day in Tron. But hopefully it'll come good. You can see it's at nearly 1.3 million. If we see what's been mined so far, it's 43 million have been mined so far. So people have got 43 million coins ready to lock up before it's even gone live. So 43 million people are going to be sharing that dividend of 1.1 million. Just to give you a rough estimate of what you'd get back. If you go over to Tron, you're seeing there's 35 million Tron there, and if it was 1.3 million, I'd be getting 3 Tron back for 95. So yeah, I mean, it's worth doing, but don't obviously put all your eggs in one basket. I tend to split around. If we finish off with the Fishing Master quickly, so you can see I've gone really big mining with Fishing Master. We actually have a bit more Tron actually, so let me just refresh that. So a lot of people in other YouTube videos have been complaining about the lack of transparency with Fishing Master, and the fact that they don't have a Telegram. These guys are from China. Obviously they tend to stick with WeChat. I don't personally have WeChat. I do tend to mess around with Telegram and Discord groups. I did contact them on Twitter, if we get that up real quick, to put the feelers out regarding a Telegram group for Fishing Master. And I did find that they have got a Telegram group for the main website, which is game.com. So you can see here that they're running it off a subdomain. Let's just go back. So so those of you who are looking for a bit more transparency, it's this company behind it here, Game Blockchain. So they've launched a game called Tron. It's like Tron Dogs. It's not. It's got love.pet. I've not really played around with it. It looks a bit blockchain cuties type of thing. It does mention in the FAQs that obviously so much of the money goes into the regeneration of this game. But there's the Telegram. If you want to add them, I'll put a link in the description below. Obviously, you can look at them as well to see what they were. I have spoke to some of the people in the group. Not many of the admins are getting back, but yesterday, if we log into it, yesterday the dividends weren't as good as, to be honest. If we have a quick look. So this is happening at a time. It tends to be quite slow to pick up the dividend pop up. One thing I've not seen is anybody catch this big golden fish yet. Nobody's caught. I've caught a few of the neon tetras. I've had a few runs. I've had up to 6 or 7 fish, but I've never had that goldfish. Here we go. Right, okay. So there's 1.6 million fish totally in the pool out of 100 million. So we're in very early stages of mining fish tokens. You can see that I've gone a bit crazy on it. We've got 9,991. I will get up to 10,000 like I've said in other videos. There's 4 hours left, and roughly there's 600,000 Tron in the dividend pool, which will get split between the 1.6. So we're looking at around about 3,000 or 4,000. If we have a look at the history since they launched the dividends, you can see that we actually got 2,700 for that. So obviously our second day was quite good. I did predict that would come in at 8,000 here, but it just never really got off the ground. A few people have said obviously that they're fixing the dividends and this. It's up to you. I don't know. You can take it with a pinch of salt. The way I see it it's costing me 100 Tron to get one fish token, where on Tron Vegas it's costing me 671, and on Tron Bet it's costing me 1,740 Tron. So I see Fishing Master as number 3 or number 4, obviously because of Tron win, but in 24-hour volume it's getting 24 million Tron. Obviously it's not as much as Tron Dice, not as much as Tron win. The only reason they're in first and third is because of the players in the last 24 hours. So with a little bit of marketing push and a little bit more people involved, spreading the word, I do see this game going really big. And we've got to remember, this is only the first game on this Tron platform. They are going to be launching new games. They've got the daily ranking to come as well, which is where you get daily rewards based on how many fish you've won. So yeah, really good game. I'm going to stick to this. If you like this game or some of the other games, there are links in the description below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, please give us a thumbs up and turn on the bell for post notifications. Until next time everybody, goodbye.